Sure. So my name is Tony Perez. I was in the Marine Corps between 2000 and 2005. I was an O2, so I was military intelligence, but specializing specifically in as a 61, which was geospatial intelligence. I did that for a while. I got out. I was in the reserves for a year in 2006, and then I was a defense contractor through 2011. I did 2 tours while I was deployed. While I was in between 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005 into Iraq for about a year and 3/4 total time in country. So I was with the first MEF when we pushed across in 2003, and then with the 11th MU on my second deployment. In 2011, I deployed again under a defense contract to Afghanistan. We were building capital asset systems out with MOD and MOI. And then during that period, during the years as a defense contractor, I supported headquarters, Marine Corps headquarters, Army, designing ranges, helping sustain, things like that, all around the world, kind of working with NATO. Anyway, then from there, kind of my life took a little bit of a turn, and I kind of went into this entrepreneur journey. I was invited to join a team to help run a project called Security, which was a website security company. And then I ended up spending another 7 years there, building that from the ground up with a team. And we ended up exiting that to GoDaddy in 2017. And so today we had built it up to about 110 folks in about 26 different countries. And then today, I'm now an executive here at GoDaddy, running their entire security product group. And so I really started to get more immersed in the veteran community. And it's not as much as I'd like to. Probably over the past 2 years, I think that when I first got out, I just it was 2005, right? It was just a different state of mind, it was just a different time. And I just kind of wanted to disconnect from everything and just go about doing my own thing. I kind of stayed in the defense contracting world for a while, but then in 2011, I really kind of separated. It wasn't really until kind of the past year and a half, 2 years that I started to see how big the veteran community has gotten. And so I started to kind of, hey, where are the areas that I can help? And that came in the form of talking, sharing my story, and telling people, hey, look, yeah, I was an enlisted dude, and I took the things that I learned in the Marine Corps around work ethic and drive and not giving up, and that's how we created our company. And that's how we built it to be successful, and using those same principles are the things that I've carried over into corporate life, and they've served me well there. I've been able to continue to be myself, but to continue to drive and make amazing things happen. And that's been pretty rad, right? So everybody always talks about, post-traumatic stress and stuff like that. And I really like the conversation around post-traumatic growth, right? People that kind of do something different, like, hey, yes, everybody's been through a lot of shit, but what you do when you get out is really important. And that's kind of just been my thing. Just keep driving and building things and just keep pushing for more, right? Never being relentless. I think back to myself and I'm like, this isn't shit.
Right.
I've been in a lot worse situations than this. So everybody's like, how can you be so calm? And I'm like, because this isn't that stressful. Like, we all get to go home tonight. We're all going to go have a nice dinner. Maybe we're in an argument. It's a little frustrating. But tomorrow's going to be another day, and we're all going to live through this, right? And it just puts everything into perspective. One of the biggest things that I've seen is that work ethic and the ability to just continue to drive has been a big thing in the civilian sector, in corporate America, in running your own stuff, right? Because at least for me, the question I always get is, Tony, how do you have so much capacity? And my response is always, I don't know, how do you not? Right? Like, I've just been, and for years now, just drive, just keep going, never giving up. And those are the same principles I used in running the business and leading people. And everyone in the service, whether you're enlisted or an officer, I think walk away with those same traits. It's just what you do with it, right? It's funny because I see all the resources now, and I don't know if those resources existed then and I just ignored them,
what the deal was, right? But I don't remember the resources being the way they are today and the community being the way it is. And, you know, social's dramatically changed a lot of stuff, and been able to pull stuff forward. And so, like, when I got out, I EAS, and I was like, fuck it, I'm out, right? The one tool that I did leverage was my GI Bill. And I started that when I was in, and I just kind of mentally built on it. And then when I got out, I was like, man, I got to finish this thing because schooling is just so important. This is way before I kind of got into the tech scene and building startups and stuff like that. I was like, man, I need this thing. And so I'd be a defense contractor going to school at night, and just trying to get that thing moving until I finished my undergrad. But that was the thing that, at least for me, I found the most valuable. And I think that a lot of people just let it go to waste and don't use it, you know? Because I figured if I could just check that box along with my work ethic, I think I'll stand ahead of everybody else, right? And why not? I mean, if you do the math right, you actually make money on the GI Bill.
Don't get so caught up with what everybody else is doing, and like, define your own path. Don't be afraid to beat your own drum and go to, you know, march to your own beat, right? Like, the biggest mistake I see is we get so consumed by what other people are doing, and we idolize these people and put them on pedestals and like, oh my God, they must know what they're doing. But when you peel the layers back, it's not necessarily what you perceive it to be. We're all human. We all put our pants on the same way. And so if you've got a really cool idea, like, trust your gut, right? Like, trust whatever thing you're thinking about might be awesome. Just because somebody else did it differently doesn't mean that your way isn't going to work, right? There isn't one approach to this. There isn't, you know, a blueprint for success or achieving anything. Like, charge forward, right? Who gives a shit? Take that fucking hill and run with it, right? What's the worst that's going to happen? It's not going to be any worse than what you've probably been through, right? And so just have a little bit of confidence in yourself, right? And for me, I thrive in just having grit and perseverance and just continue to push. That's what I enjoy more than anything else. It's not the social light or the awareness of things that I've achieved. It's just like the constant pushing and building and challenging myself. So I don't know. I guess that's what I would say.